Hi gang, welcome back to the Ornery Latina ever. Today's topic is end of the year. We're gonna wrap this year up. I wish we could wrap it up on a positive note, and I guess we can. I somehow managed to get back on Twitter, and I saw that there was a Fox News guy. I didn't even know who he was, and I can't even remember his name, but he friended me. So it was really cool because I liked his what he did behind the scenes or out there in public about Charles Krauthammer, and they actually had an interview with his son, and I've always liked that guy a lot. I think because I like the positive energy he brought to everything. Like, here's a person who had a really crappy hand in life. Like, probably the worst thing that could possibly happen to somebody is becoming paralyzed. My daughter had experienced that to some degree after an accident. So, and even just being in a wheelchair after an accident can really be upsetting. I mean, for me, who's been very physical my whole life, just sitting in that wheelchair made me go crazy and anyway. But he wasn't an angry person. He was really positive and uplifting. And so I bought a couple of his books. I will be reading them. I got them for my trip because I'm going to DC. And, of course, I never go anywhere. I never travel anywhere. And the last time I traveled, I had a pair of jeans on, Almost Famous, and they had some sequences on the back pocket, and it set off the alarm system or whatever. And then they brought me to secondary, and they patted me down and looked through my suitcase, and it was just really like horrible. Thought I was going to miss my flight. Actually, I wish I would have missed my flight because the visit to Ohio was the shittiest visit I ever had in my whole entire life. I never want to go back to Ohio again. It's supposed to be the friendly state. It's supposed to be friendly. People are friendly because that place is so fucking ugly. And why would you want to visit that place? Anyway, I didn't find anything pretty about Ohio. I'm sorry, Ohio people. I know that you're probably lovely people. That's why you're lovely, because you live in such a horrible place. You have to be lovely. But anyway, I'd rather go to New York. As ghetto as New York is, at least there's stuff to do there. But anyway, I went to shitty Ohio, and I wish I didn't. But back to the topic. Speaking about traveling, I want to bring something up. I was on Twitter again, because that's where I'm getting all my news, is tweeting. And I actually saw a woman, her name was Bree. The last name is eluding me right now. But anyway, she was only 26 years old. She was a Fox News reporter. She went out on a job located in San Diego. Was there just, I think, a few days. Came down with the swine flu. So, I'm thinking, isn't that flu, like Bill, the flu that came from Mexico, kind of came from pigs? So I'm thinking, I'm probably better like fact check this because I'm the Ornery Latina, and sometimes I make shit up off the top of my head like that Alexandria Cortez. So, I don't want to be like that. So anyway, I looked it up and everything, and sure enough, it comes from pigs. Comes from Mexico or Central America. So here we just have a caravan of buses and kids just dying off all of a sudden. And all of a sudden other people are getting sick with the same shit. So you kind of like put in the correlation with the open border and all these people coming through. And God knows if they're being checked for swine flus or whatever. But we talk about like that guy, the police officer that was murdered on the border. And of course I feel bad for him because he was doing his job, but he got murdered by an illegal immigrant. Do you know how many people like die of the swine flu? Get murdered by a virus, an epidemic. Okay, when have you like thought about the Black Plague back in the olden times or whatever? It killed, wiped out lots of people, and the reason why we have shots and immunizations and borders and procedures, and people have to go through painful shots to get immunized before they come into this country, and that's part of becoming a citizen. So when you allow like people just to freaking come on over at free will, I mean, you're subjecting a lot of us to unnecessary crap. These people are getting jobs in our restaurants. They're handling our food. I mean, come on, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Anyway, we got liberals going, oh, we have to have compassion for everybody. Yeah, until one of your infants drops dead or one of your relatives drops dead. But you know what? Oh, I'm such a racist because I'm bringing up the illegal part of illegal immigration. You know, I'm Puerto Rican, and you know, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Was that my idea? No. You know, honestly, you know, we have enough poverty to, you know, take on the Puerto Ricans. But you know what? I'm glad that, you know, my family came on over and they learned English. You know, I had all my shots, although I probably need like some like distempered one or whatever, you know. I'm foaming from the mouth when I talk about liberals. But anyway, no, I had all my shots. And you know, I don't really believe in that whole shot stuff, but you know, we do that when we send our kids to school, you know, so they don't come down with chicken pox. Although I'm old school, I had the chicken pox, you know, I remember all those horrible itchy little things all over my body and everything, and somebody's like, oh, there's a purpose for that, and I go, what's the purpose? That, like, you know, make you very uncomfortable? Is that the purpose? Because, like, you know, when I gave the vaccine to my kids, that they didn't break out in the whole like chicken pox thing, so it was kind of nice that they didn't have to go through that hell. So we have people coming into our country. They're pouring into our country, Mr. Trump, with no shots. And they're getting jobs like in chicken plants, like cutting up our chicken and shit like that. They're picking, their hands are all over our fruit and our produce. You know, I mean, like, you can give them guest worker visas, but are they getting clearance for everything? Are they really who they are saying they are? Because I mean, honestly, you know, people lie, you know, so part of the issues that we have is we real ID ourselves. We go down and we actually, to get our card to travel, any international card that we use, we have to make sure, we have to have our birth certificate and make sure we are who we are. When we drive in the state of Florida, we have to bring all our documents in. It's a pain in the frickin' ass. Meanwhile, you have these freaking illegal aliens flying in on a piece of paper, a little work visa, you know. I mean, are they really checking to see who they are? Are they really matching up the people with the faces? You know, we don't know. It's very corrupt, but what's even more corrupt is that everybody that comes in down there that is on that border feels damn entitled to come in here just because maybe they just simply want a better life. And we're giving misinformation by a group that provided all these caravans of people just to crash the border. And now we're dealing with a bunch of sick children dying at the border, and we're blaming the U.S. for that. Why don't you blame the parents that drug these kids out all across the desert, you know, with no water and food or any provisions for them? I mean, it's pretty irresponsible if you ask me. But with that said, we're ending on a positive note because we are going to get our fence, whether it's slats or a wall or whatever it may be, but anything is better than nothing. And really, we need to address, you know, how that girl died, because 26 years old, she was a very young woman, and it could happen to anybody's daughter or relative or family member. So when you're traveling, be safe. I mean, I want to just put a big bubble around my head so I don't have to breathe anybody's air. But anyway, I'm going to DC. I'm not happy. I mean, like, I am happy it's going to be a short flight, you know, but I'm like, I don't travel ever. I don't like it. So it's like a big deal when I travel. So anyway, last time I went there, Barack Obama was president. That really sucked. But I did stay at the Renaissance Hotel. It was a nice hotel. It had Mr. Bush's picture down in the bar. I spent a lot of time in that bar looking at the pictures. Not that I'm an alcoholic or anything, but, you know, I had a couple of my kids with me, and that hotel room was very small when you're traveling with kids. But anyway, and a husband that you were already divorced with. Yeah. But it was a fun trip. Not really. It wasn't fun. Barack Obama canceled all our meetings because of Obamacare. We didn't get to see anybody. It wasn't really a fun trip. I wasted my money. But anyway, I'm hoping not to waste my money on this trip, because that would be like shitty. But we're not bringing kids this time, so that's better. And with that said, I'm going to wrap it up because it's the end of the year. I'll do another one for New Year's. I'll toast, you know, for the end of the year, because 2019 is going to be a lot better. And we are going to address this border because it's the right thing to do. God bless. Have a great day.